The Summer Institute is supported by a federal grant from the U.S. Department of Education. The Institute is the first phase of a repeating three-phase motif in the project. Phase 2 of the project involves the teachers bringing everything they've learned into the classroom. And then the third phase is sharing this work out. How have we impacted student learning? What other things besides literacy improved their sense of community in the school, as one example? And can we share these findings more broadly so that other districts can also benefit?
Often we approach improving reading and writing in a very traditional way. We give kids quizzes, we give them vocabulary tests, and we're really looking at literacy for the 21st century. So this institute specifically focused on arts and literacy. So what are the ways that we can integrate the arts into the classroom to improve students' reading and writing? We've chosen the Odyssey this summer and the big concept of myths, heroes, and monsters. So we're taking them through the same experience they might take their kids through in the classroom. We often divide up all our disciplines in schools. We put English over here and science over here and the arts over here. Life is not divided up into these different content areas. And so what we really want teachers to do is to create multi-sensory, interdisciplinary projects for their kids, where students can see how knowledge is linked in our world. And living in between those disciplines is one of the most exciting places to be in education for both teachers and kids.
For me, arts integration is getting to the heart of learning. It's about helping students express themselves and really take ownership of their education.
When they're active in the arts, there's an opportunity for everybody to feel known, and that is critical in a learning situation where you really want students to be taking risks.
Sing to me!
Part of our work this week, too, was to actually become models for teachers, what it would look like to be a collaborative team that we imagine teachers doing back at their schools. So we focused in on the performance cycle, teaching and learning, documentation, and an arts forum. What we did was we created masks that connect the Odyssey text with the black and white exhibit at the Addison Gallery.
You can read a visual image in the same way you read text. Through close observation of details, you start to make meaning from them. Much in the same way that when students read text with their peers, they start to understand different meanings and interpretations.
The work in the gallery was reflected on our mask, was reflected in the work that we did. It was even reflected in the black and white materials that we were given. So I really appreciated that there was so much thought, and now it's my turn to put that kind of thought into creating my project for my students.
So one of the things I really love is that it gives you the creative space to work with these different techniques and concepts while giving you the collaborative freedom with your peers to find ways to implement them within your school community.
This is about being an active learner, really, getting your hands dirty and getting involved in the learning process.
There's a lot of opportunity for reflection here at the Institute. We learn through experience, but we learn even more through reflecting on that experience.
A lot of the different activities that we've done push you out of your comfort zone. It really forces you to get to know each other, and you realize that you have a lot of the same struggles and a lot of the same hopes, and you're working through those things together as a group, so there's this really strong sense of community.
The culminating event was a performance of understanding, of reflecting of all the different arts that were involved during the week in our learning.
Teachers are going to get real tangible things that they can bring back to their classroom, and those tools are not a prescribed method. It's not a top-down model. It's very flexible and open-ended, so you can really make it your own.
It's nice to be refreshed, recharged, recommitted to that sense of wonder that everyone wants to have in their classroom, both as a teacher and for the students.
Kids are going to be excited to do this. They're going to love doing this. Even the reluctant kids towards the end, I have a feeling will be really involved.
It is bittersweet because it's the end of an incredible week, but because I see that we're going to have an online community, the connections will continue, and there will be other resources, I'm very excited that this is the beginning of something new, not the end of a week's learning.